I'm here. I'm back. I'm here. Hello. No, I'm not late. I'm not late. I'm not late. I was the way I was rushing to my chair. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't say I'm mute. I'm silent. Is my mic okay? I hope so. Is it the right mic? Yes. That's interesting. Ooh. Hello. Hi. Yay. Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. Yeah. I thought your laughing was cutting out for a second. Ah, I see, I see. Yeah, I've got my headset mic, and then I've got my actual mic in front of me. And it's never happened, but it happens a lot on stuff like Discord, where it'll connect to one and not the other, or like swap them around sometimes. So I did think that was what had happened. But hello! I am glad to see you all. We are back to our regular streaming, but with a twist. There's some white-haired girl in the bottom right corner. Yeah, no, she's supposed to be there. Don't worry about it. Ooh, that's a bit worrying. Hang on. It's a little bit of a glitch in the model. A little bit up. There we go. Testing? Testing? Okay. Oh, but then the hand's a little bit off. Okay, hang on. We're making her a little bit... It wasn't like this last time. Unless it was and I just missed it entirely and you had to deal with the bottom half of the avatar clipping in and out. Okay, that looks fine. That seems fine. I am locking. I am closing the folder. It is not changing now. Hello. Quite a bit has happened since last week. Mostly on like the PC end of things. I've been having some mild issues with my GPU, which is fine. They are mostly under control. In order to have it run well, I am operating on the October version of the driver. And historically, that has done terrible things to OBS, which in turn means the stream has crashed multiple times. I have circumvented this and tested it through some other fixes on OBS and through, settings, making sure the GPU's so in theory, it should be fine. However, I would like to warn you all now, if I do disappear for any reason whatsoever, if the stream crashes and ends mysteriously, that's probably what happened. So I did an hour-long private stream a couple hours ago just to make sure everything was like running smooth. I was like working on, Photoshop and like making sure everything was I was replicating the kind of stuff we do here normally. Seems okay. But, touch wood, when things really matter, they do seem to fall apart. So I just would like to warn you all now, if the stream crashes, the stream crashes. I will try to update the drivers immediately, and then I will come back. And then if it crashes again, then that's just something I'm gonna have to call it. But that's just, in case of emergencies, this is what's gonna happen. Hopefully, the stream will run smoothly and everything will go all right and nothing terrible will happen to anyone ever. If you disappear, I will remember you in my heart for like a week. Oh, thank you. I can always rely on you for heartfelt notes. Phoenix, thank you. Ooh, H.G. Wells seems pretty cool. I only heard part of the reading. Yeah, no, he is pretty cool. And I mean, if you want, there's always the rest of the stream is still up. It's all saved on Discord under the live tab on the channel. Discord on YouTube. But yeah, so there's a couple characters in the story who, of course, everyone wants to see fan art for. Specifically, the Time Traveler and Weena, and the Eloy in general, as well as the hang on, I've got it. I didn't do any research. The Morlocks. I figured it. I remembered. I figured it out. Good luck buying a new GPU in 2026. Yeah, which is why I'm trying to save the one I have instead of getting another one. Oh. It's all about Chris's stream right now. No, please. Why are GPU drivers so unreliable? I don't know. It's frustrating, especially since unless I have the most up-to-date version, things do start to go wrong around my computer. Like small things, graphical glitches, slight like instabilities in Photoshop, but then specifically OBS crashing very consistently is my biggest pet peeve. Why that's the case, especially like why is it doing this now that there's a new update? Why wasn't it doing this the whole time? What has changed between these two things happening? I feel like your old versions should still work exactly the same until you update to the new version. Like that, I don't get it, but I'm not that like great at. I know my hardware, I don't know my software, is what I've been told. So, okay. I wasn't here for that stream last week. I have no idea who any of these people are. What are be the time travel? Okay, so if you missed last stream, a quick summary. H.G. Wells' The Time Machine is a novella that covers the story of a Victorian time traveler who travels to a very distant future where humanity has basically solved all of the world's ills and created an irremovable class structure. So you have the upper class and the lower class. The lower class have been driven underground, where they work in the factories. They work in and amongst these machines in the dark, and then the upper class get to live outside in the green grasses. They've created this beautiful paradise that they get to live in. And what has happened is that has been the way of life for them for so long that they have started to evolve into separate, diverging species. So you have the Eloy, which are the upper classes that have now, over time, evolved into rather small, childlike, simple-minded creatures, and that are, quite beautiful, or at least described as such. And you have the Morlocks, who have evolved into these, what do you call them? Not nocturnal, these cave-dwelling, underground, very sensitive to light creatures. They're completely albino, very sensitive to light, very sensitive to any kind of eye-based torture. Who are also carnivorous, and the Eloy are vegetarians. And it's not said whether or not they can eat meat, but they choose not to. They live off of this beautiful garden that they live in, and the Morlocks consume the Eloy in order to survive, because there is absolutely nothing edible underground. So they come up during the night, take the Eloy, come back down. Anyway, the time traveler discovers all of this over the course of the entire story. It is quite horrifying to his Victorian mind, after which he manages to escape off on his time machine, comes across a couple more scenarios at the very end that are different points in future, in the far, 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 far future, and then comes back and tells everyone what happened. Tells the POV character what happened, only to then run off again into the future, never to be seen again. It's quite a beautiful story, I suppose. I quite like it. Beautiful paradise with rhododendrons. That aged well, you think so? Phoenix. If you aren't too busy, I would like to change things up a bit in the stream. How about you try and fail to rage bait me for the stream if you have the time today? No. Don't really have the time for it today. It's just so busy. Yeah. It's rough. I don't know. I don't know how to rage bait people. I've spent my whole life trying to not do that. Not very good at it. Okay. The first time I read The Time Machine, I imagined the Eloy as goblins. It's a pretty good image for them. Yeah, hang on. I was also gonna come through here and leave tabs on important pages. However, I have simply not. Let's see. Yep, so the Morlocks are clearly quite ugly, given the fact that the time traveler feels disgusted simply by looking at them. Like, feels quite sympathetic for the reason that they are the way that they are, but still visually seems to find them quite repulsive visually. So I think that's something to take into account. However, the Eloy are considered quite beautiful and and they are described as quite classically, you know, Victorian-esque beauty standards attractive. Simply in the way that they have, you know, blonde hair, light skin. Actually, I don't think they ever specify that they have light skin. It's like soft skin, I think is what they say. Which is quite nice. Gives us a bit more room. Ah! Yeah, they're described as very fragile. And their tongue is very sweet and liquid. Every word used to describe them is yeah, very small, very petite, very fragile, very pretty, liquid, sweet. Yeah, very slight as well is another word that was used. So, I think we should start off with the Eloy. Simply because they're the ones I remember the best. Beauty standards do change after a few centuries. Victorian people had a thing for pale skin, which was often linked to a disease. I forgot which one though. I have no clue which disease either. Woman fainting disease. Tuberculosis. I kept imagining the Eloy as cute pinkish purple squid creatures. Really? It's a cute one. I don't know. That's fun. That's cute. I suppose yeah. Well, now I'm thinking of the characters from Mass Effect, where they look like. Yeah, I'm going on a little tangent. It's okay. Or not even like oh, what's that Nintendo game? Splatter. Oh, it'll come to me. Or you guys already know what it is. Oh, Splatoon! There we are. Like that? That's cute. I like that. I imagine the house elves from Harry Potter, even if they aren't conventionally attractive. Those feel more like the Morlocks. But I see. The vision. Sorry, I like the octopus idea. It's quite futuristic, isn't it? Is that an Eloy? Nah, the Eloys are described as more something like this. We'll say... okay, let's try and inject like some pseudo evolutionary quick concepts. And I was gonna say let's give them big eyes because that's quite childish and could be a fun thing, but then I don't think there's any real like if anything the I need to write their names down. Morkov. The Murkoff? The Morkov. Morlock. There we go. Now I won't forget. Because I did forget on the spot. You heard me say it earlier. Give me big anime eye. Their appearance is something like the design you use for most characters related to Tala. Yeah, yeah. I do draw Tala very, very slim, which would fit them quite nicely. But I'm hoping maybe I can differentiate them a little bit. Yeah, Tala and Tirana are both very slim. Actually, I draw children in general. Just in my mind, I associate heavier bodies with the process of like menopause and aging, specifically in women. Simply because that's kind of how it works in my family. And they do live quite active lifestyles, which would impact that as well. But there's no real reason that they shouldn't be more varied. I shall think on it. We should give them, I don't know, how far do you think genetic editing went before they went backwards? Markov 1,000 yards day. Yeah, sorry. Ooh, I picture the Morlocks as a starved, skinny green creature with big black eyes, but I missed any description of them. Yeah, it's because they're more. I did actually misspell it as with CK. They are more mysterious, so the descriptions for them are a lot more varied across the text, as opposed to I'm on page 29 here. Which dedicates almost an entire page just to describing the first Eloy that the time traveler meets, which is quite nice. It's, not a whole page, it's more like a paragraph. There's a slight creature, 4 feet high, purple tunic, girdled at the waist with a leather belt, sandals or buskins were on his feet. Legs were bare to the knees and his head was bare. Noticing that, I noticed for the first time how warm the air was. He struck me as being a very beautiful and graceful creature, but indescribably frail. Yeah, so I think frailty is the defining thing here. And it's like when you, I don't know about you, but when I imagine a frail thing, I typically imagine your sickly Victorian children. Which could be where I'm coming with this one. Realism. Right, my mistake. Ooh, make a super strong, tall Tala. I'd like to see that. That'd be sick. It would probably be like, Meredith's sister from... I can't remember I don't know the names of anything and I've never learned a word in my life. You could exaggerate the Victorian beauty standards for the Eloy, maybe to an extreme amount, like a non-existent waist and very sharp jawlines. That'd be quite fun, yeah. Hang on, let me look at... What does the Google Victorian beauty standard get me? Just so pale. Just so pale. just ashy worn out. Oh no. Okay, let's see. They mostly describe feminine beauty standards, which I suppose makes sense, but the Eloy do seem to have gone that way regardless of gender as well. So let's see. Okay, so let's give them something to differentiate them from humans. And just a tad, just a little bit. The Morlocks like April from Gravity Falls, Weird Mageddon, but pale and covered in fur. I do always imagine that as well. Unfortunately, my first visual of the Morlocks was in The Big Bang Theory, where they did an episode where, you know, the gang buy a replica of the time machine off of like Etsy or something. Not Etsy, Amazon. eBay, that was it, eBay. And at the very end, Sheldon has a nightmare where the Morlocks come to get him. And that was my first introduction to them, which is not book accurate, because they are not supposed to be that tall. Victorian beauty standard be like on the brink of death. That's so freaking hard. Exactly. Okay, so yeah, the Victorians were quite morbid, weren't they? Okay, so let's very slender. See, and then they're all described to have quite curly golden hair, which did unfortunately lend itself to my idea that they were all very pale. So, it's an interesting perspective, isn't it? So, this return to a very childlike state. I wonder if it had a different intended meaning behind it for the time that it was written in. Because I do... Like, nowadays, I feel like it would be written in that way quite intentionally to at least mean something or make a political statement in its own right. The fact that they have... Like, the point is that they've devolved, but they have devolved very elegantly, right? Like, they're quite dim, there's not that much, like, intelligence in the eyes. But they are still beautiful, and they are still, you know, blonde, blue-eyed, very, you know, that kind of beauty standard. You should do a hairstyle stream or a fashion stream. Wouldn't mind that, that'd be fun. I'm not sure how I am with fashion. I very much enjoy fantasy fashion and creating like outfits and garments and stuff like that. That'd be fun. Ah! Hello. Hi, I'm Creeper. Thank you very much for the $10. Your Majesty, there is a second bus coming. Is that a reference to something? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Might jump scare you. The childishness of the Eloy was representative of the childish optimistic view of the future that the time traveler held. That's a good view. That's a really good view, yeah. I don't trust my fashion sense after playing Crimson Desert. I can't mix and match clothes for shit. I want to play Crimson Desert so bad. But the GPU errors, you must understand. The GPU, it cannot take it. I can't play modern games on ultra graphics anymore. And it's a meme? Okay, I'm just very old. I'm old and out of touch. Wells was leaning into the idea of self-domestication, so he gave the Eloy a lot of traits associated with mammalian domestication syndrome. Okay, that's really cool. I've never heard of domestication syndrome. That's quite interesting. But yeah, that would also lend itself to the big eyes idea, because then that's a side effect of domestication as well, isn't it? It's more infant traits carrying on through into adulthood, and then of course children have bigger eyes compared to the adults. Wait, that was a meme now, I feel old too. I'm not alone, yay! The time traveler really wanted the Eloy to be his utopian commune. Oh right, the communism. Let's see, what can I do to make this look? Yeah, okay. Trust me, after all the outfits I've drawn for Immortal, I'm quite good at fabric being wrapped around things. Don't quote me on that. Let's see. Ooh, looks kind of... Ooh, the mouth. It's kind of like, they're beautiful, but they always gotta look a little gormless, you know? Like, they're not quite all the way paying attention. Oh, thank you, Denderman. I appreciate that. Crimson Desert is actually optimized so well you don't need the latest GPU to run it well. Really? Oh, there's hope yet. Now I just have to wait for it to come on sale. Okay. Okay, well look, fashion isn't just wrapping cloth around people, okay? There's like stitching, there's hemming, there's little details, there's embroidery, there's patterns. You know, stuff that goes into it. Okay, I think the Morlocks are probably going to be where we have the most creative freedom for the descriptions. Because that's the thing, like, in order for them to be as approachable as they are, they do have to be kind of boring, objectively, from like a sci-fi design. Like, we really are just designing pretty people, which is never a super exciting challenge when it comes to these types of sci-fi challenges. You can see I've already kind of done that with little Weeder up there. Are you gonna get the new Tomodachi Life game? No, I've never played one of the Tomodachi games. I don't think I will. I don't know. It's for some reason the digital voices that they have just really sets my teeth on edge. And I also don't have a Nintendo product to play it on, so you know that too. Okay, so we've got that, and then it would probably fall like that, and then this one would fall down the front. Or I can have it like, yeah, that'll be even better. Okay, I'll have it like that, and then this one wraps around. It's like this wraps like that, and then this wraps like that. And then this is in the foreground. And then it would just be mimicked in the back, because it would look like that. Yeah, that's not too stressful. Yeah, we're just not going to think about what the back looks like, okay? Pretty colourful robes down to the knees. I forgot you got robbed. I'm sorry, my bad. No, it's chill. It's kind of a location-based hazard. I was also a little dumb. Left my keys in my handbag, and I left my handbag too close to the window. Therefore, terrible thing. It was fine though. They got my TV back because the person who did it left it in a ditch, like half a block away. But I got it back, and that's the important thing. Looks like a Jedi? Yeah. Yeah! Okay, let's give him a little pattern then. Nah, it's chill. It happened a year ago. It happened over a year ago. It's not a huge deal. I'm not even living in the same flat anymore. So, I'm A-okay. Please do not worry about me. I am absolutely fine. Aside from the Switch, nothing of value was really lost. And hey, I mean... Nah. Switch is a Switch. It's a little basic. It's a little bit too, maybe, Greek. But I feel like a lot of the designs for the robes and stuff were quite Greek-esque. So I am going to simply say it's okay and move on. Switch is mid anyway. No, you're right, nothing of value. Right, right, right. I live in Detroit, someone stole my porch. Oh, didn't the Eloy decorate themselves with flower crowns and bracelets? Well, absolutely right. You were so right. Ah, you're so right. Yeah, it's like, the idea is that they still have art and an appreciation for beauty, but like that's going to be lost as well to the wayside. So it's a more vestigial part of what would have been like a real appreciation for art. So a real love of like music. Like there's not really any music as described in the book. Which would, you know, you would assume it's because they're not that advanced enough anymore to be able to use instruments. The Eloy are very fey-coded. They are, aren't they? Yeah, now that I'm looking at it. So, okay, they'll have very tiny little arms. We're doing the Avatar thing where, like, the proportions are just off enough that you kind of, like, don't want to look at them too long. This is a very healthy Eloy. And then, of course, the rib cage would be quite a bit bigger. It would be inside there, and then you would have the hips over here, and then like that. Quite long legs, I imagine, because that's also a beauty standard. So you would probably have them a little bit higher than that. There we go. Yeah, and then that would be the knees. But then they're still only about 4 feet tall, remember, so they are very, very tiny. Oh, that's a interesting looking foot, isn't it? And then, of course, yeah, very soft hands, very soft feet. There's not really anything that they could be walking on that's harmful. There you go. And then I have actually made the arms quite a bit longer than they should be, but I think that's a nice thing to keep with. There we go. Well, you know, the Eloy got their paradise. In a way. The implication about older men dating child-sized women is very unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's the implication, do you think? Because it's what the men look like too. This is a male Eloy that I'm drawing here. They all just look very androgynous now, or very, very feminine now. Which could also be maybe be a part of the warning, I don't know, depending on like how you look at it and the time period for it. Like, ooh, all the men are going to be weak and effeminate. Sorry. I hate saying stuff like that out of the blue because it does read as very bad faith, but it is sometimes what was the case for the time. And I am, unfortunately, I do tend to like assume the worst when reading period books made from a certain period. There we go. Game Boy Future. Oh, yeah, the time traveler. Right. I was thinking of like an evolutionary thing. Yeah, like he's... The time traveler's interest in Weena is a little worrying, but it echoes the same kind of attraction that you see in even some like fairly recent like fiction. Oh, what was the name of that movie? Anyway, it feels like a cousin to the born sexy yesterday trope, which I believe is the term for it, or one of the terms for it. It's a you know, the attraction towards very naive, feminine, childlike members of the female sex. I don't know, man. I'm trying to like lodge. It's gross. It's gross. It's not surprising that it exists in this story. But that's the thing. It's like every relationship in books from that period between men and women is weird to a degree. I don't know. Everyone androgynous woke book. Yeah, exactly. If this came out in 2026, they would call it woke. They will all eat hot chip and lie. Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, so we have the Morlocks. Interestingly enough, the Morlocks are also described as quite short and tiny. Ugh, the Eloy bothers me to look at. I don't like intentionally going off proportions, because I only just recently figured out proportions. The arms being too long is like setting off terrible alarms in my brain. I'm just gonna stop looking at it. Okay, the Morlocks are a little more interesting, right? So the way I imagine them is quite a bit more like very, very ape-like, right? They are described in the book as quite ape-like. So I'm imagining something quite similar to an orangutan, a chimpanzee, that kind of thing. Yeah. Finally, animal make a muscular man. I can draw... No, wait. No, wait, you're right. Oh, I absolutely despise the term born sexy yesterday because I don't like the man who defined it as well as the people who condemn this trope. Really? Is there something about it that I'm not aware of? As well as the people who condemn this trope. Huh. Is there a different angle at it that I'm not quite seeing? Victorian society was also obsessed with infantilizing women. That too. That's the thing, it's like... Weena could have been a fully grown adult woman, and I feel like that's still how the book kind of would have talked about her to a degree. That's the thing, right? Dwarf time, I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Okay. Okay, so eyes, not that useful in the dark, right? So the eyes are largely going in the direction of vestigial. However, consider this and tell me that is not horrifying enough to stick around as a design. Oh, he's horrific. So something more like a anglerfish, right? So I don't know. What do you think oxygen would be quite low down in the caves? In which case we could give them quite big barrel chests, right? Oh, no, there isn't. I just like a piece of media that defined my adolescence, and that trope is central to the plot of that story. Okay, fair enough. Mm, yeah, it is unfortunate. It's something that happens a lot is when you grow up, you learn about a lot of these kinds of tropes, and you do have to come to terms with like the problematic sides to them. But it is, yeah. This is not the space or the time to be talking about problematic media. I do fear. But it is an interesting topic to discuss in a space designed for it, you know? I'm so scared of saying something wrong, guys. Maybe avoid the lips. That's a little coded. I was going for fish lips, you see. Reactionaries would call the time traveler work today despite all the racism. Exactly. You know, they call Star Wars work too. They currently do. I don't know. I don't know anything about Star Wars. Just a terrible mouthful of teeth. It's a little horror movie-esque. Like it feels like this was made with the intention of scaring an audience rather than an actual portrayal of a creature. However, consider the fact that I am trying to scare you, and then we shall move on. Okay, so underground, rely on hearing more than your eyes. This one makes sense, I hope. And then there again, she goes with the realism. Let's see. The Morlock just looks like a wee guy with those eyes. Looks like a D&D character more than anything, I think. It's the local goblin that you meet in the tavern that's just like been here for decades. He's just the DM's very fond of him. Okay, so the problem is that when I was, when we were reading through it last week, I was picturing the Morlocks as like actors in bad polystyrene plastic suits, right? Like I was imagining a film version of them where they had to like get like child actors and put them in the little costumes and have them act. Like I wasn't imagining like a real thing. So you can put the seams on them in a hidden little way. Okay, let's. I suppose it would make sense for them to have facial hair. The Eloy are specifically described as not having any. But it would also feel like such a shame to cover up that beautiful face, you know? Why are you giving the Morlock a mullet? He deserves it, okay? Look at him. Look at what he's done. Okay, and then arms. I also want to go very long with the arms. I have no actual real-life explanation for why they would have these long arms. I simply desire freakishly long arms. They keep getting described as like they use their fingers to like flutter around and like touch things, right? So if they're also using touch as like a major sense, then it would make sense that their fingers would have grown into... Have you ever seen a picture of an eye? An eye lemur. Have you ever seen a picture of an eye lemur? I highly recommend you go and look at one right now, and you tell me how freaky that thing looks. This is my truth. This is my vision. This is what we're doing. Okay, so. Dear God, not these things. Give him mutton chops. He has mutton chops. The best I can do. The mutton chops were so famous for so long in history that they became an integral part of their evolutionary. Looks a bit like if a goblin and a yeti had a baby. There's only so much I can do here. There's only so many original ideas I can have. Okay. I feel like the Eloy are only slightly... This is a species that is like 500,000 years removed from humans. This is a species that is 1.8 billion. I don't know what happened in this family tree. Okay. Where's Giorgio? Giorgio is dead, unfortunately. Only temporarily. We'll probably see them next week, but for now. Yay. Oh, I hate it. It's beautiful. Georgia was cool. Used to share his Dunkaroos with us. Why didn't you save Georgia? Well, there was a revolution. It was kind of in my benefit. I kind of whispered "Long live the king" as she went. I have to stop telling people I'm gonna kill her or that she's dead. She's gonna be so mad at me when she sees this. I got in trouble for saying that I was gonna execute her last time. No one clip this. No one clip this. It stays between us. The long live the king thing, exactly. No one tell her. No one tell her. These are the most awful fingers I've ever drawn in my life. And I despise them. Because that's the thing, there's a lot of emphasis in culture on like workers' hands, right? Like blue collar worker, they have very rough hands, they have very tough hands. But they're good hands, they're strong, they're reliable. Like there's also a lot of pride in that. So I've kind of abandoned all of that in favor of making them look real fucked up. Which is probably fine. Them some real screwed up fingers. I can't do perspective. God forbid I do perspective. That's as good as it's gonna get, I'm afraid. Okay. And then just imagine those little hands like tip-tapping on your shoulder in the dark. Fun, right? The scene in The Witcher 3 where one of the generals guilt-tripped the farmers into giving more grain by going, "Do you see my hands? These are the hands of the farmers such as yourself," has always stuck out. Yeah, yeah. If you're making them ape-like but still humanoids, make their toes incredibly long so they can grasp things like hands can. But isn't that because apes are tree dwellers? Is the thing? I'm genuinely curious. Is that not the case? Is it just like if one has to be long, the other has to be long as well? Don't flip that out of context. Ah, Jojo! Oh my god, that's so crazy. Very nice to have you here. Don't look at the last hour of the stream, please. Thank you. God. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I definitely wasn't telling people you were dead again. I promise. I promise. You trust me. No, I didn't say I killed her. I said she was dead. No, I didn't say that. I don't know what you're talking about. This is crazy. Execution style. I can scroll up in chat. Sorry. Would this count as a post-apocalyptic world in the sense that everything is left on autopilot? I'd say that, but it's a very interesting one in the fact that they did. Please don't be mad at me, Georgia. Oh, we're talking about the Omegaverse. She's fine. Anyway. Everything... This was an apocalypse, but it was a very slow apocalypse. In fact, it's very interesting because this is the idea of a utopia that's gone horribly, horribly wrong in a very realistic feeling way, I guess. Full fantasy, right? So, like, if everything it's very much in line with what we kind of have to ask nowadays, where it's like, what's the plan if AI takes everyone's jobs and then no one can like work anymore, and then no one can afford to pay for anything, which means that no one can buy anything, which means, you know, like that's the collapse of every industry that's ever existed, right? The question of what's next is such a good question to ask when it comes to like sci-fi and when it comes to
most forms of like writing and storytelling and all that. It is so interesting that this was a story that just asked, what's next? What happens when you win? What happens when the rich get everything they could have ever wanted? And then what? You live happily forever? That's not how things work. We don't have forever. Things are going to keep changing. Things are going to keep going. What happens next? Is it just degradation? Is it just this slow sort of this rigor mortis of a society that's just stuck in place, doing the same thing forever and ever, and to the point where not even they know why they do the things that they do? The Morlocks still make the Eloy's clothes. They still make their shoes. I didn't draw this one with shoes, but they still make their shoes. They still make things. They still understand things. When the time traveler gets his time machine back, they've taken it apart and put it back together and like greased and oiled it up and made it shine and everything. They understand how things work, but the reason for why they had to doesn't seem to be a question that they ask. I mean, we don't spend very much time asking the Morlocks questions, right? But it's interesting, because this was a utopia for some people, and for others, it was a dystopia. And then that just stayed the way things were forever. This is the eventual way where things are heading, where you have this perfect utopia for the haves, and you have this hell for the have-nots. And then it just asks the question, what happens then? And I think that's great. I think that's beautiful. I think that's fantastic. In fact, I find that inspiring in a lot of ways. It's very cool. It's a future where people took eat the rich a little too seriously. I love that. I love that they just eat the people now. They just eat the Eloy now. It's a little cathartic. It's a little cathartic because they are the way they are because the Eloy made them so. Except the Eloy weren't the Eloy when they did it, right? This is thousands and thousands and thousands of years coming back to bite them. Ah. It's great. The plan has become hunter-gatherer. That's the thing, it's as well, like they've changed their environment to the degree where nothing can harm them, nothing can hurt them. The entire world has been made to their liking. Presumably the entire world, right? There's no natural predators. All the food and plants surrounding them are made to be passive and non-threatening and safe to eat, and the worst thing that could possibly happen is that you are a weak and pathetic Eloy and you almost drown in the nice shallow river that like runs through your beautiful garden, right? That's the worst that could happen. The only cause of death for the Eloy is freak accident in this like beautiful world that they've made, because you can't make everything childproof, or being eaten by the Morlocks, right? And it's fun. I like that. I like that a lot. I like this like almost comedic tragedy that is the way that they are now, the lives that they now live, and the creatures that they are now. Divine comedy. Biblaridian. Hi. For some reason, every film adaptation of The Time Machine changes the story to make it post-apocalyptic. That's interesting. Really? Like, as in some tragedy happened and that's why things are the way they are. I should watch that. I should watch some film adaptations of The Time Machine. Because the only time I actually read consumed the full story was through reading the book. Never actually seen the film for it. That'd be cool. Thanks for popping in, Biff. I really appreciate it. Yes, okay. Where was I? Existential crisis, right, so. It would also make sense for them to be quite, like, crouching low down almost all the time, since they do live underground. So head's quite low, body quite low. The idea of a world so sterile that nothing in nature can harm you is frankly terrifying. Yeah, 100%. I would strongly advise against watching any film adaptation of The Time Machine. They're all terrible. Okay. Never mind, I did the right thing. If I can find one that's old enough, maybe we can watch it on stream. That would be fun. If it's really that bad. I'm sorry, but you've made me want to watch them even more now. Bib's been here since the start of the stream. Oh wow, I didn't notice. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm not good at my job. Cannot read the chat. Giorgio, I agree. We should watch. We should find something. Some terrible black and white film adaptation of the. That it's gonna be 3 hours long. There's gonna be like an intermission in the middle of it because it's so old. That's it. That's something I would like to see. I love old films. Like old films. It's a pity they're so hard to get a hold of, like especially online. The Internet Archive has some really good ones. But like quality varies, you're never gonna get subtitles. It's just quality is always gonna be a bit of a issue, which makes sense because like half of the things like were uploaded in like 360p from the originals and have been like so thoroughly compressed that there's not much you can see. But they made a movie adaptation back in 1960. That's too recent. I can't show that on stream without getting nuked. The 1960 version is at least kind of enjoyably bad. Oh, and The Time Machine is in my top 5 favorite books. I'll shop for anything Time Machine related. Oh, nice. Oh, I didn't know. I would have. That's sick. Okay. I do enjoy it very much as well. I'm surprised by how much I enjoy it. Because it's kind of just a story that like I read and then kind of moved away from. But then, particularly after the last stream as well, I just sort of, yeah, sticks in your mind in a very interesting way. I have screwed up this poor man's toes. We're just not going to look at them, actually. I think it's the best outcome here. There you go. Just don't look at them. All of him is a little... Listen, I was making this up as I went. We're lucky that he looks like anything. It's change the angle of the legs so that it doesn't look as wonky. Yeah, there you go. It's more of a perspective thing than anything else. Yeah, same thing here. So, okay, there we go. We've got our shorter legs. Like, the idea is that I want them to walk like this, right? So you've got these massive, like, big chests. And then tiny little legs. They did not do leg day. And then they feel around with the fingers. And it's insane because the light of the moon is too strong for them. So they really are quite far gone down this path. Ignore how I'm drawing them, it's fine. They do look a little bit like albino bats. That's a thing. Bat monkeys. It died. It's like that. Yeah. And then, yeah. And then the legs would be more like... That's not even slightly close to what I'm wanting. There we go. Because then it would be like that. Yeah, okay. Feet take me a couple tries to get right. Don't worry about it. Right, like that, right? And then, yeah, so they're feeling around in the dark for all the rocks and stuff. All the things that could possibly be in their way. Hearing helps them discern the thump 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 of the machines. And then they're always just kind of crouching. But then even when they stand, they're only 4 foot. So really, they would be quite small, wouldn't they? Something more like that size comparison. Maybe not. I don't know. What do you think? Because then they'd need less calories, which means they wouldn't be over-consuming the Eloy. Because that is something that I wondered about, was how many can they eat? Because if it's the only food source, right? Assuming one Morlock eats like 1 Eloy per week. That's still 52 Eloy per week. Per year. That's a lot of Eloy for 1 Morlock. And there's a lot of them down there. So I have to, I was just wondering, right? Okay, I was just wondering. Muffled sounds of guerrilla violence. Oh, the Morlock violence! Oh, I love that joke. Muffled sounds of guerrilla violence. I'm pretty sure the Morlocks aren't strangers to Morlock cannibalism. Ah, that would work. Yeah, that would help. Are you thinking about their caloric intake? Yeah! Small but compact, yes, yes. And then, well, that's the thing, right? Humans are very heavy, like dense in calories, if I'm remembering correctly from all the terrible media I've consumed over my life. And that one game theory, no, it was a film theory video that talked about how many calories were in those milkshakes that they were drinking on on that spaceship in Wall-E. Maybe they're cold-blooded now? I don't think they'd have enough time to evolve like that. I don't know if that's how it works either, if you can go from being a mammal to a cold-blooded. I'm pretty sure you can't do it that way. They must have like rest and hunting metabolism like lions. That's the thing though. They're also described as being incredibly like... Okay, they aren't described as being incredibly productive. But they do still do manual labor. They still make clothes, they still make sandals, they still have these machines running underground that are presumably maintained and kept running, right? So like... I don't know what the machines do, because the Eloy don't seem to do anything with them. Which is even sadder if they're like the remains of this underground, base of operations. Like this was like the base of what was an extremely like well-functioning city, society. They're not doing anything anymore, right? If the machines aren't like actually fulfilling the duties that they were designed for, they're just kept maintained by the Morlocks out of habitual instincts almost, which seem to be what the book describes them as, something like that. So that's even sadder. That's worse. Naked mole rats have been secondarily cold-blooded. Ectothermic. Oh, I didn't know that. That's really cool. Yeah, I don't know that much about evolution. The cold-blooded mammal, though. If you told me a platypus was a cold-blooded mammal, I'd believe you. If you told me a platypus was anything, I would believe you. You could tell me they were birds. I just nod. I wonder what the rest of the world evolved into. That's a great question. See, this is why we need a sequel. Someone get H.G. Wells on that. Okay. And then, moving on, let's do a quick little sketch of the time traveler. As you can see, I've more or less got him here. Proper image wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, huh? It's stated that the Eloy do not make their own clothing. Yeah, it was one of the mysteries that the time traveler had to solve, right? Because the Eloy walked around in like lovely, clean, like repaired robes, and they had these lovely sandals and stuff. And yet they had no productive like desires. They had no machinery. They had no like means to create the things that they wore. And it was all because the Morlocks were doing them. Yeah, it was the Morlocks. Out of some, as the writer described it, well, as the time traveler described it, it was perhaps out of some instinct left over from, you know, when they would make clothing and costumes and stuff for Eloy. Like they continued in these like remembered acts of like repetitive acts of creation. I'm mincing a lot of words around, but you know what I mean. Don't read any of the sequels. There's sequels. Don't read any of the sequels either. They're all terrible. What do you mean the sequels? Not official ones, right? Oh, that's amazing to hear. Oh, the world is so bright and beautiful. Stephen Baxter wrote the Time Ships, which is officially canonized by the Wells estate. That's insane. That's so cool. Oh. Ah. I think the part where they say the Morlocks made the Eloy's clothes is... It's either written around when the time traveler first goes down into the Morlock city, underground living space, or it's when he's at the old museum. I cannot remember. I do remember reading it. I cannot remember where it appeared. Sorry, I'm reading. No, they were talking about, chapter 10, I like stumbled on, he's talking about cannibalism, but don't worry about it, it's fine. The Time Machine 2 Electric Boogaloo, exactly. Okay, wait, so he is described as a intelligent young man, young-ish. I don't know, what counts as young for men in the late Victorian era? Late 1800s. Hannah, have you come across the Age of Monotremes? Monotremes? It's a Spec Ever project shown off on YouTube about what if the only mammals to survive the KPG extinction were the monotremes, like platypuses. No, I haven't. That sounds cool. Hang on, let me write that down. Age of Monotremes. Thank you, I'll check that out. That sounds really cool. There's one... I can't remember the name of it now. Years ago, when I was still on Reddit, there's a world building subreddit. And someone on there was doing spec evolution in a very, very interesting way. It looked like nothing I'd really seen before. It was really fantastic. I wonder if if I describe it, it'll make sense. Because so much of modern design is about making things look appealing to our sensibilities, right? So if we use the Eloy as an example, right? Like very slender limbs, slender body, big eyes, round face, hair on no other part of the body except for the head, very symmetrical, very specific proportions. Here the Eloy have quite elongated proportions, but that's beauty standards, right? So when designers design, or like concept artists, right, design the design any kind of like fantastical creature or sci-fi creature, anything that's non-human, they still try to align somewhat with those sensibilities, right? If you use Avatar, the blue one, as an example as well, that's such a big thing for me in that film as well, where very... Nateri was the first Na'vi. That was the first ever design for the Na'vi. And it was based off of James Cameron's, allegedly, according to what I've seen online, it was based off of James Cameron's original sketch for her, which was just a very feminine, very attractive face, right? And that is what the Na'vi were based on. So they fulfill all of those aesthetics that are very appealing to the human, well, not human, to the current cultural expectation for beauty, right? So it's very interesting when someone breaks that intentionally and creates something that still fulfills all of that spec evolution stuff without it being intentionally designed to be attractive to the eye. And that is what they were doing on Reddit. This one person who was making this really cool world, and I need to go back and see if I can find them, and then I'll tell people about it. Because it was really cool. 18th century Mr. Clean. Hang on, give me a minute, okay. I'm gonna give him more of a suave British playboy look. And then when he comes back, he'll look like he's been in a windmill. Oh, I seem to recall the time traveler saying he's getting old in the book. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. At the beginning, the description of him made me think of a younger man. Because of the way... Yeah, the time traveler was one of those men who are too clever to be believed. You never felt what you saw all around him. You always suspected some subtle reserve. I don't know. Yeah, I suppose I just sort of pictured him as a very... It doesn't actually say he's young. I suppose he would have to be quite aged to have come this far in his research as well, hey? There you go. Now he's old.
human gaze TM.
I despise James Cameron because Catgirl aliens are such a cop-out for a Pocahontas story. Ah, yeah. Well, let's put it behind us for now. Okay. He was 40, if I'm not mistaken. Really? Did I miss that entirely? Oh, well. One of the sentences in the book saying he's 40. Oh, well, I mean, if that's the case. I suppose it's not that big of a deal. 40 is a reasonable age for a person to be. I'm surprised there's not more excerpts about him complaining about his knees. I'm giving him a bit of an interesting chin, don't worry about it. Okay, so let's hurry it on a little bit. Ah, don't make me do it, don't make me do it, don't make me do it. "1890s men's fashion." There we go. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Okay, here we go. So let's give our man some wide shoulders. He's a strong, capable British man. Decent sized chest. And elbows. Elbows are very important on a figure, don't worry about it. And he would have his hips like that. Hips like that, don't worry about it. And there's his knees, and there's his ankles, and there's his feet. Okay, we've got him, we've got him, we got him. There we go. Okay. Don't know why I'm rushing him for some reason, but here we are. Sorry gang, I cannot read the chat at the moment. I have a Google image search up on top of you. Very sorry. Try to behave. See, now the real question is he married? Because they never mentioned a wife. Or a family. He just kept entertaining other men in his chambers. In his smoking room. Poor Wiener. Okay. Does he even have a collar like that? Can you have a collar like that? Yeah. Yes? Yes. Yes? Yes. God, men's fashion has not changed very much. It's a lie. It's changed a little bit. Now you can, like, go to a red carpet in tracksuit pants. That's incorrect. That would be much lower. Yes. I'm good at fashion. Many people have told me I'm good at fashion. Don't worry about it. That kind of looks bad. It does describe that he's wearing a coat with twin tails, right? I'm getting... Ah, dang it. Okay. My shortcuts aren't working. That's fine. Ah, no, it's just my control Z. No! No! Okay. How's everyone doing? How's the chat doing? For how obtuse Victorian dating practices were for the aristocracy, I doubt the time traveler was married. Really? I suppose it was fine for like a 40-year-old man to not be married, yeah. As well. Oh, bye, Rosemary. Thank you very much for coming in and hanging out with us. Okay. We're gonna take a very brief moment. I just need to restart Photoshop to get my actions back. My shortcuts back. I shall be 2 seconds. Don't worry about it. Okay. Hello, I'm back. There you go. Crisis averted. Okay. Hello. Hi, Georgia. The tech trouble's gone. Yes, it's been a while since we've seen that one, huh? Okay. Guys. Why the Yuri confessions? Is it a confession or a request? No. It felt like the stream just started again in that case. Hey, I'm here. Hey, hi Tito. Thank you for popping in. We've only just started. Don't ignore all this other stuff. Don't worry about it. I feel as though this outfit is inaccurate. Because as soon as he drops this down, these are going to like drop to here. But we just don't worry about that one. Unless they're like specifically purposefully done like that. But I've never seen an outfit actually look like that, so. Fine. Things I do to make things look good. Acting like it's a huge inconvenience. The point is to hide the hands, because I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. They do not belong. I do not wish to see them. This looks very bad, actually. Cannot get the code right. I suppose I could always just do this, couldn't I? Okay. Yes, I know, I'm sorry. I have to get this right. You must understand. My brain won't let me. It's like a smoking jacket or something. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if this is a smoking jacket. I think it's more of an outdoor jacket. A little bit better. A little bit better. He's a little too handsome for my liking. I say as I drew him to be that handsome, but don't worry about that. It's frock coat. Ah, yes, so lovely. Oh, Marita! I put a sketch up. Oh, how can I show that? If I go to studio, and I go to community, posts. Ah, there's so much stuff here since I last looked. Etutala. A lot of stuff from Phoenix stuff. Thank you. Okay, hang on. Let me pull that into its own tab. And then nothing incriminating is here. Yes. Yes? I just... Cool. Okay, okay. Ah, here we are. Hello. That's so sick. Oh, I can't zoom in. That's as zoomed as it gets. Ah, that's so cool. I like it so much. I wish I could like it. I can change it. I'm not going to change it. I don't know how this works. The community tab is a mystery to me. I don't know. This is the only way I can find it, by the way. I don't know how to find it on my actual channel page. I can only go through the YouTube Studio community tab to look at this stuff. And I've looked. I don't know if maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm the bad technology out of touch boomer. Maybe I can only look at it on my phone. Use the cell phone. No, I don't want to. I don't do anything on my cell phone. Don't ask me to do it on myself. If I do it on my cell phone, how am I supposed to share it with you guys? How am I supposed to stream that to you guys? No, Marita, it's beautiful. Actually, while I'm here, I should be showing a lot of stuff. Felix, you always do such incredible stuff. It's always so cool. Very imaginative. I'm sorry it's such a small thing. Can I zoom in on this at all? Oh god, what's the shortcut for it? I know how things work. Silence. I can't. I can do it by accident, but I can't do it like this. Okay. Ah. This one by Turtle Master. Hair is so hard. Hair is the hardest. Especially the head under the hair. These are so good. Especially that one. That's my favorite. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I know. One more. Cool. Evil Dark Tala. She's still a robot, but she has evil synthetic skin. Sick. I'm happy. This is very cool. Another one by Phoenix. Poster. Right, the post-apocalyptic. The if you don't know, on Discord, there's been discussions
from Phoenix about post-apocalyptic. Yeah, technically part of the first Immortal AU. Sick. I love the scar. The missing arm is also an interesting addition. Okay, last one. Last one. We started with Marita, we end with Marita. This is gorgeous. I love this so much. God, it's beautiful. Because I can see... you even got like the details on the sleeve on the right. I'm sorry. I saw this ages ago and I was blown away, and then I was so happy to see it. I have to share it. I'm sorry. There's so many more. Please go look. I'm done. We move on. We move back. I haven't looked at that in ages. I'm sorry. I kept saying I'll look at the community tab with you guys, and then I never do. So oh, I'm smiling. It's so cool. Okay. It's like I see that as just the most insane, highest form of flattery. Like, not only did you take the time to draw that, but you also felt like it was worth your time, and that is just the best feeling in the world for me. So thank you very, 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 very much, all of you, Marita and Phoenix and everything. Yeah, Adrian as well. It's amazing. Thank you very, very, very much. Okay, anyway, moving back. Victorian Man. We've done the Morlocks, we've done the Eloy, we've done Victorian Man. I suppose the Time Machine would be next. It's not got many descriptors other than it's got handles. You guys are very cool. Community tab is right next to the sub button on the channel page, by the way. Is it just on the phone or is it on... hang on. Open in new tab. It is there. I am just blind. I am blind. I'm an old blind person. I am old lady. I have found it. Thank you very much. I knew this would happen. I knew I would bring it up on stream and someone would be like, "Oh, it's just here. It's here if you look at it." You know, like the thing when you're looking for something and you can't find it, and then you like say, "Hey, where's the thing?" And then like you have a parent who goes like, "Oh, it's here." It's just been there the whole time. Thank you. I know where it is now. I know where it is. Please put more things on the community tab if you want to. Okay. I like looking on the art channel on the Discord every few weeks and just scrolling through. Everyone's art is incredible. It really is. It's amazing. I think our community is amazing. I'm very happy with everything. It's the music. It's making me emotional again. I'm sorry. Okay. I am calming down. I'm calming down. We are fine. I'm drawing the machine now. Okay. Maybe I should have some lemonade. No. No lemonade recipe. It's a very lame one. As the Year of Immortal thing, yeah. I'm still trying to hold myself to that. Hopefully something will be coming out soon that's gonna help get us back on the right track. So I've not been uploading as much as I have liked. I've been a little too busy. So I gotta fix that. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the two handles, and then there's like a seat, right? So it makes sense that it would be maybe like that. It's very Victorian. It's gotta be fancy. It's gotta be maximalist. You aren't allowed to have uncomfy things when you're a rich Victorian. Okay,
It also has rods. Crystal rods, specifically. And I humbly request a segment at the end of every weekly stream where Hannah looks at community drawings and we listen to emotional Undertale music. I don't know about every stream, but that would be nice. Maybe every drawing stream. That would be nice. That would be nice. That would be nice? That would be nice. And then, because it's on streams, we'll get more art. Because because then people get to see it on the stream, and then they'll want it on the stream. Yes, I like this idea. Ooh, okay. Ooh, have you done the Island of Dr. Moreau, or would you do it like this? I would love to do the Island of Dr. Moreau, but I don't have the book. And that's what I'm doing, is that I have the physical copies of the books that I read on here. So typically the choices are between what I have. And I could just go online and order them. That would be quite fun. In fact, we could go through all of like the big ones. Yeah, Time Machine, Island of Dr. Moreau, The Invisible Man, War of the Worlds. When the Sleeper Wakes rings a bell, but I'm not sure if that's just because I think. Yeah. I don't know. That'd be cool. I don't know. Put a recommendation in for what book you'd like to see. That's at least over the age of 100 for copyright reasons. Okay. Okay. Quick stretch for the hands and the wrists. I nominate the Odyssey? I actually have the Odyssey. Wait, you don't want to hear me read the Odyssey? Wait, do you want me to get the book? It's sitting on my nightstand. I'll read you the first paragraph of the Odyssey, and then we will see together if you can understand it. Read my immortal. In the original Greek, please. It's in English. It's in English. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Okay. The Odyssey. So, this book is so long we'll never finish it, right? Sitting at a very respectable... Ooh. There's a glossary in the back. Not a glossary. It's a word guide. I've forgotten the word for the word guide. Words and phrases. That's great. Okay, so sitting at a very respectable 375 pages. This particular translation of the Odyssey is insane. Actually, I don't know if I can read this. It is a relatively modern translation for it. Hang on. Oh? Wait. No, A catalogue record for this book is available from the British Library. Yeah, this edition published 2011. I'd have to look into it and see. Let's see. Does it tell me who translated it? Oh, come on, live a little. It would be sad. Okay, anyway.
Just the first paragraph of the first page, okay? Book one. By now the other warriors, those that had escaped headlong ruin by sea or in battle, were safely home. Only Odysseus tarried, shut up by Lady Calypso, a nymph and very goddess in her hewn-out caves. She craved him for her bedmate, while he was longing for his house and his wife. Of a truth the rolling seas had at last brought up the year marked by the gods for his return to Ithaca. But not even there, among his loved things, could he escape further conflict. Yet had all the gods, with lapse of time, grown compassionate towards Odysseus, all but Poseidon, whose enmity flamed ever against him till he had reached his home. Poseidon, however, was for the moment far away among the Ethiopians, that last race of men whose dispersion across the world's end is so broad that some of them can see the sun god rise while others see him set. Thither had Poseidon gone in the hope of burnt offerings, bulls and rams by hundreds, and there he sat feasting merrily while the other gods came together in the halls of Olympian Zeus. So it is, if you know the story, it's relatively understandable, but it does go on quite a long time. I'm not very far into it either. It's quite a hefty book, so I do have to take it in small bites. Because I also read before bed, and the problem with this book is because it requires so much brain power, I will like be falling asleep. It's very good at putting me to sleep, which is not what you want to hear. But I'm 44 pages in, and they're still on Ithaca discussing the issues with Telemachus and his mother's many suitors, having to deal with them. And it's quite interesting because it starts off at the 20-year mark, and then I imagine goes back. I should hope so, because it would be very funny if it just... this whole book was just about his return from Calypso. Can you read Don Quixote? I'd also love to read Don Quixote. I should go to a bookshop. I should go to a library and find actual old books that I can just return and, utilize my local library. Sleep stream with Hannah, the secret 4th Patreon option. It's not bad because it makes me sleep. It's just that I'm always tired at the end of a long day. And then chewing my way through very complex texts makes me eepy. Read Don Quixote in Spanish. You can't be a true streamer until you have the obligatory falls asleep on stream accidentally once. I feel like I've been there like once or twice before. I can't remember which stream it was. That one stream where I asked if we could finish a little early, and I just said I'm sorry, I can't. That was when I was really feeling it. I don't even know why. Nothing in particular happened. I just kind of collapsed at around 11. Actually, I think I can't make it today. The risks of streaming at 12 AM. I know, right? It's terrible. Oh, how hard my life is. Oh, how terrible. I have to entertain at midnight. When I was out of high school, I entertained ideas of being a singer. Either at anywhere, at a restaurant or a a cruise or something like that. And it's very funny because I am kind of still technically an entertainer. Only on one night though. And it is to midnight, so it is basically the real deal. Except I get to draw, which is even more fun. Stop copying my life though. Can we get a hiking stream? I would die. I would have my watch on and I would show it to you every now and then. It would show my heart rate is at 200. I wouldn't mind that though. I just don't know how that would work logistically. I guess streaming on your phone is possible, but then you have to make sure that the place you're going is gonna have signal the whole time.
And you know, South Africa, you're not gonna get that. I know you're joking, but I I want to show people more of like South Africa, specifically areas like the Berg and stuff, because I do think it's one of just the most beautiful places. It's that's the place where I took all the photos for reference for the splash art. Just beautiful. Okay, so let's okay, so it is still a machine. So it would need to have a power source. So what if it had something like that? It's very Frankenstein-esque, like the new movie. All these rods and poles of conductive light. Make Neolithic tools. Can we get a cooking stream? That's even worse. How would I do a cooking stream? I'd need to get an actual camera. And a tripod. See, now you have to sing for us now. No. I'm very out of practice. I can't reach nearly the high notes that I used to be able to, which is very tragic. A car battery that he stole from the future. Hunter-gatherer stream when... Oh, one day. It just... Give me like 3 more years of working on Immortal and then I'll be insane enough that I'll do it. Hannah admitting she can't cook. I can cook. Kind of. Get the worst camera possible. The worst camera possible would just be my phone. Or even better, my old phone. I still have my old phone because it's got like notes and files and stuff. I have the whole plot of like the original, because every time I would have an idea for Immortal or I would like find a quote that I liked, I would just write it into the notes on this phone and I still have it. It's crazy. I've transferred them all into Google Docs now, but like I still have stuff on there in the notes that I haven't transferred over yet, which I probably should. The cooking hunter-gatherer stream or anything, use the old phone. Just the worst. Just, it's gonna be 380p. 360p, I forget what it is. Anyway, it's gonna be so bad. The old phone. Strap the 2 phones together to combine their resolutions. No, my new phone's not so bad. My new phone is like what you would expect from like your standard phone. You know, like it's a modern phone. I'm saying it like it's not. I'm saying it like I'm lying. I don't know. Just do it. Low quality gives more humanity. Ah, I see. It's law accurate. I took a picture of geese like 3 meters away on my phone today and I'm glad I have better eyesight than my phone. Yeah, taking a photo of like the moon. Oh, that's a very basic observation. Everyone's made it, but you know. Don't you want to be human? The thing is that I do have a camera. I got it. It's like a starter professional-esque camera. I used it to film the... Oh god, what was it called? my little trip to what was it called? Elan's Bay, yes. So, okay, so I took video on that, but like I don't know about streaming. I think it can only take videos. And then like it gets saved to an SD card. Like I don't know if that's how that works. I do have a camera. Robot confirm. Oh no. I need you to help me justify buying new hiking shoes and also a satchel. First I need to justify buying new hiking shoes myself.
I went hiking last time, and I went in just like my normal like everyday walking shoes that I just wear for everything. Like I go to the shops in them, and it was fine, but I slipped multiple times. I could have died. Okay, okay, so we're clearly going with a... This is very close to the film version, unfortunately. Clearly I've been inspired by something, but we'll never know what. Okay, so that's what the crystal rods, I think, would be. It's like they'd be somewhere like here, right? Or they'd rise up. Like that. No, silence. Huh. And then they'd probably be capped off with like copper caps. But he did have a bunch of them lying around, so maybe they're more of like a power source than just like something you need a certain amount of. I'm just gonna... There we go. We're just gonna put some light bulbs on there. You know, it's not science if it's not flashy. Copper. Ian is your... Nice job, Lawnmower. Ooh, could I possibly ever invite you to come hiking in Switzerland? We have beautiful mountain trails that are very well established and super safe and comfy. I would love to, but first I would have to get myself into Switzerland, and that's easier said than done. God, I want to travel the world so bad. It's okay. One day. Okay, and then there should be like a little footrest, right? You need keep your hands and arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. There should be a place for your feet. Okay, and then... yeah, like that. I'm not yawning, you're yawning. Wish I could afford to live in my country in general. Yeah, same. I'm not doing too bad though. I am sorry. Times are really tough for everyone. How about hiking it in at Estes Park, Colorado? At this point, I should probably just hike around the world, hey? Of course I would love to do. But first I would have to get into Estes. Which I certainly hope that's how you pronounce it. Okay. And then these are the parts I imagine he would have removed, right? The handles, the little bits here. Thems. Oh, and there would also be something for him to read at the front, right? Because that's it would have all the dials and numbers and stuff, which means it needs to be connected to something. Uh-huh. And then it would lead up through here. And then it would probably be plugged into the battery at some point there. I'm a little unsure as to how that would work without computer parts, right? Like I'm a little too Gen Z for that. I imagine it's the same as like those old tickers, for sports games and the like, where it's just a flapping little rotary, you know, it's like that, you know what I mean. Anyway. Oh, what am I doing? And take some pictures to use as references for Immortal. Yeah, I'd like to. Just don't go to Brazil, and if we were to meet, I would have to destroy you. Because there can only be one version of me. Ah, I see. My mistake. I'll stay away then. But Brazil. It's like the throttle of a carburetor. Make her go Brazil. Make her go to Brazil. I want to see you two fight. That'll be my next outdoor stream. My first and only outdoor stream. She's too digital pilled for the steampunk. I know. I'm not a true fan. I really did love steampunk as well when I was younger. I had a steampunk robot that I wanted to make work. He was very cute. I was going through a phase where I really liked to just use circles for heads because they were much easier to use. And then, you know, when you have circles for heads, you can do these really cool big eyes. And so I just had like this robot with these really big eyes. And then, I forget how I did it, but there was all the plating around it. Then you had all those cogs in the back like that. And then no mouth. No mouth for the robot. The robot has to be silent. All biobunk all the time. Ah. I'd win, sorry, Hannah. Yeah. If she went to Australia, she really honestly wouldn't notice that she's left South Africa, especially if it's Christmas time. No, I'm not kidding. Australia and South Africa are really similar. Like really not just like the way that like okay, listen, Australia has a much better economy, they're doing much better financially, like they are a first world country. South Africa is a special other thing. Third option that isn't quite a first world country. We've discussed what it is before and I've completely forgotten what it was. Anyway, but Australia, specific parts of Australia are very similar to South Africa. I have a uncle who lives in Australia who, you know, grew up here, moved there, has a family there now. And I've had, you know, family members go over to like visit, right? I couldn't go. I was a child. Apparently it really is just very like culturally almost like how do I say this? Culturally it feels like a lot of the families in South Africa of a specific demographic are a lot like the Australian families. So it's like, you know. It's sick. It's interesting because they are like, British people were involved on both sides, but like they haven't met since then. So it's very interesting how many similarities there are in how like South Africans and Australians are. Not entirely true. Everyone's different, but you know, it's something that I've like noticed on my own, and I could be proven wrong. I only ever met nice South Africans. Aw. Nah. Some of them are nice.
as is true for every country. Some of the people in that country will always be nice. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how people are. Like, every time I've seen a South African who's like overseas in just like a random piece of media or like online, like, you know, TikTok or whatever, they do always seem like the very nice ones. So thank God we don't have slur slinging Larry out there ruining our good name. Don't bring that guy up, we don't play. Oh, are we talking about him? Giorgio and Hannah, you guys make me forget about Elon Musk. Yeah. Listen. He's weird. And he was weird when he was here. So it's not because he's South African, it's just because he's weird. It's because he is that way. He is that way because he is that way, and it has nothing to do with anyone. Okay, it's a little bit to do with apartheid, but like everyone from that point in history is a little bit wonky. Sometimes. Kind of. I can't actually say that because I do have people I care about who are from that time, but like he's really weird guy. We do not claim him. Can you visit the Great Lakes? Just maybe not Lake Ontario. That one's kind of polluted. Oh, I didn't know that. I do want to go see the Great Lakes one day, just because I don't believe that you can't see the other end. Like, apparently, I think it's Lake Maria? No, that's not. One of them. It's I don't believe that you can't see the end of it. It's a lake. You have to see the other side of it. You can't be massive. I don't believe you. What do you mean one of them is sunk like half the ships that's been on them? One of them is terrifying. One of them is an eldritch being. You don't need to explain it. Oh, thank you. It's got bad people in Brazil. Yeah. Moving on. He's very funny. He's oh god, I don't want to talk about politics. You know all those refugees? I checked in on them a couple like a month and a half ago. Apparently they're not doing super great in the US. And the reception, not the reception, but the reaction from other South Africans largely seems to be like, what did you expect? Joke's on you, haha. You've made your bed, now lie in it. Because, like, the reasons they were claimed as refugees at all is very, like, unrealistic. Very, very strange thing to be panicking about, considering the state of the rest of the world. So it is very interesting to see, like, oh, what's life like for those folks now that they are in the US, which has such a, like, the exchange rate alone. I can't imagine they're doing well. Anyway, they're not. They're a little upset. But they are getting money from the government, so, you know, whatever. Trust me, you can't see the other end. Oh, for the lakes, you can't see the other end in some places. I thought it was the ocean when I was younger. No, it's not salty, is it though? It's still freshwater. Is it? Lake Superior holds eldritch beings beneath the water, and Lake Erie, I saw people out in the middle of the lake once. Oh, chanting a language I don't understand. Sick. Terrifying. Anyway, machine. I'm out of ideas for what else to put in it, so I'm just gonna. That's all. That's what we have. Okay, and then of course, everyone we've been waiting for. Winina. That's, you can read that, right? That's not chicken scratch. There you go. Oh no. Jokes on them is a disgusting attitude. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. She will draw and to destroy the channel live on camera. It's how do I explain this without? I suppose I did bring the topic up. It is my fault entirely. Oh well. How do you normally draw it? You know, like circle, line, face. Bitch, she draws it too. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I really wish they'd called her something else. I really was just saying that the entire stream last time, wasn't I? Oh, here we are. I've opened on a page where they describe her as her face white. Nice, there we go. Okay. Anyway. The big ol' eyes. Yes. Lake Huron is the only normal one. I'm actually gonna go fishing on it next weekend. Gonna catch me a bunch of cops. That's so cool. That's so cool. You could just like go onto one of the great. I guess it makes sense if you live there, but like that's cool. That's like saying I'm gonna go hang out on Mount Everest, or I'm gonna go chill by I don't know, Stonehenge, you know? Like it doesn't sound like something you can just do. It's just go onto the Great Lakes. It's fine. She's seen all of what you're saying, by the way. She doesn't know what half of these terms are. Look at her, she's so innocent. And childlike. And demure. Hang on, how do I draw her in the... I gave her damsel in distress here. Right. Damsel in distress here. You know, like, woman tied to the tracks. I guess it would be more like a, what, 50s starlet type hair? Maybe I'm getting the decade wrong, but like, yeah, like your... The first pronunciation of Lake Huron was right as far as I'm aware. Oh, lovely. I did it. Eloy obliteration. You made me feel bad. She died. Wida died and you're laughing. So the hair you normally draw. Yes, I do a lot of poofy hair, don't I? It's very funny because I actually don't really like it that much in real life. That is kind of just how my head does
go normally. I've got kind of very wavy hair that's very frizzy when I brush it, and in like high humidity environments, which I do live in a high humidity environment. It's a little unfortunate. So the texture of like my VTuber avatar's hair is like very similar to what my hair kind of looks like on a weird on a frizzy day. Don't worry, I'm always thinking of you. Oh no. Let's see. Sorry, I'm focusing on fabric physics. I have to focus on this or I'll screw it up real bad. Oh, okay. Where flowers? Oh, I should have flowers, shouldn't I? I don't know if they like tuck them into the belt. Uh-huh. There we go. Okay. I'm figuring it out. We have it. Now I'm sad she died. She looks cute. I've drawn her too adorable. This is terrible. Oh, I want to do the knock knees. Not knock knees, but like. There we go. Let's give her sandals this time. Now that I've remembered. There we go, cute. It's kind of like shuffling her feet around as she looks. Aww. I'm very happy with that one. It's about height accurate too. Look at her. Oh yeah, it's a little too short. Is it a little too short? 4 foot. Assuming he's like 5'10", I guess. Should be that. There we go. Kitty patootie. It's a bit too short, yes, yes. By the way, my hair is cuter than yours, just saying. Yeah, Pixar didn't happen. You've never seen my hair. A short anime OVA adaptation of this book could honestly go so hard if it were made by the right people. I agree. I think most things would be made better by an anime short film music video adaptation type deal. If I had more time, I'd probably start making not AMVs, what are they called? Animatics. I've gotten really into animatics recently. Just kind of, it's very cool seeing, because they're clearly very scrappy, clearly very like sketched out, but it's really cool because they can still look very good, and they can still, you can still feel the emote, the emoting, the figure drawing, the crafts of the skill would be very cool. Can look very cool. 2016 Hamilton animatics come for us all, Hannah. I'll have you know it is Epic the Musical animatics made by GG specifically. That is what I am referencing in this. GG, G-I-G-I. Look them up, they're amazing. They're on YouTube. Free promotion, free promotion. Yeah, those two. Yeah. I tried looking for some Hades Town ones as well, but they're fewer and further between. But yeah, if I could, I'd get into those probably. At least briefly, you know, a little bit of exploration. Two sides of the same coin, yeah. I just really like the concept of it. It would probably also be very, very good practice just for quick drawing, figure drawing, that kind of thing. But I should not risk it. It is not wise for me to be taking on any extra work at the moment. I'm doing just fine, but I need to remind. I have a terrible habit. I've had this since I was a kid, where I do take on too much work. I just assume that I can do everything if I believe hard enough. Which is why things are so slow, because I'm doing like 8 different things at any given point. It's why the videos take so long. It's why the comics taking so long. It's I'm always doing another thing. So I'm trying to minimize the stuff that I take on and also sort of slow down on the stuff that I'm currently doing. But I'm doing very well. I'm doing okay. Don't worry about me. The Sphinx! I haven't done the Sphinx yet. Oh, you're so right. Okay. Now to finish the stream, do a verse. Okay. Sphinx. How dare you activate my parental instincts with this Runa drawing? She's cute, isn't she? She's great. Okay, so Phoenix, right? So as we all know, a Phoenix has a human head, lion body, eagle wings. Force Hannah to draw some scenery. Never! Okay. Yes. Human head, lion body, eagle wings. Nothing extra, nothing specifically added. Lion body. Nothing on the head specific to it. That's the thing. Any of the additional things like the headpieces and the headdress, that's linked to a very specific culture. And so far into the future, it would be a different culture. But it's interesting that the Sphinx still exists now. Okay, so this is the way I picture it, because it's described as crouched. I do also love the visual of statues that just stare at the viewer. And the interpretation of the meaning of that stare changes because of the viewer's perspective, right? So this Sphinx, right? The way it's posed, the way it's framed, you could assume that it is in fact staring down the time traveler, right? And it probably feels very oppressive once the time machine is gone, right? It is something that is very easy to hate, specifically in the posing, specifically, even though the expression gives away nothing, the fact that it does give away nothing and the fact that it is not emotive means you can read into the emotion, and this sort of passivity can be read as intentional, what would you say? Not disinterest, but like a sort of endorsement for the suffering that he's experiencing. And then, of course, because they're so advanced, I imagine the body's movement and form would be a lot more fluid, right? Okay, so hang on. Let's do this proper now. So you would want the body to be a bit wider. And then this is the platform it would be standing on. And then, of course, there would be a lovely plaque in a language he cannot read, unfortunately. Okay. Just apathy. Yeah, good one. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And then the framing of it is everything, right? So it would be a little bit like that. Pause would be there, pause would be there. But that's the wings that would make the most impact. And it's going to be a bit hard. The perspective I've chosen is a little bit complex. So let's see if I can actually pull it off on my first draft. But they would, at least the way I'm imagining them, they would be quite... Hang on. Oh, such a dramatic color. Okay, thank you. That was chaotic and insane. Okay, there you go. Ah, it's because I've got red on both of them. Okay. Stretch them out a little bit. But once again, I have made a thing too skinny. So, okay, so the wings would be... And then the wings would turn out like that. I suppose it would add to the oppressive feeling as well, wouldn't it? You know, this book gives me a similar feeling to the backrooms in a certain way. In that the backrooms, I suppose, if you view them in a certain light, are quite existential. Because it does just force you to be... Because you are alone. You're alone. It's just you. And that can do terrible things to people. Anyway, can you tell I recently watched the Backrooms trailer by Kane Pixels? It looks really good and I want to see it as soon as it comes out in theaters. I'm really, really, really hopeful that it's good. Love me an interesting horror film that I can watch with friends. And it's probably going to get the FNAF treatment by, like, the audience at least, because it's probably going to be a bunch of kids thinking that it's like, haha, funny kids horror. But then it could also be good horror. And I'm betting on it being good horror. If it's a very old statue, then I would expect its wing and tail to be strongly degraded. Yeah, I'm banking on it being some, like, fancy future material that'll last forever, but, like, what are the odds, huh? Because that's the thing, like, it's, again, like, I do think a lot of people pictured it as a Egyptian Sphinx, like the way that they designed Sphinxes in Egypt, where they did have limitations in what, you know, a statue could be made of, right? So they had to have them very stiff, very blocky, very, like, standing up tall, here's the wings. And it's all, like, very abstract because it needed to specifically be very strong and holds up very well. But then, if it's the future, your limits are endless. This thing could be made out of stainless steel for all we know. It's titanium. Some kind of space alloy that we haven't invented yet. That's a bit Egyptian, isn't it? See, someone should commission me to make a statue. I'd make a great statue. Okay. Don't do it and all statues eventually become racist. Oh. It's jarring to realize the time traveler probably would have seen stainless steel as an incredible invention of the future since it's just so normal now. Exactly, this could be made out of plastic. Like, this is... I'm thinking of, like, the bean, right? The bean of Chicago. The Chicago bean. Everyone knows it? The bean. You know, the bean, because that's stainless steel, right? And I think a steel statue with the reflections and stuff would be very impressive. If it still, like, at least had some, like, okay, it's probably a little lot rusted over, it's been rained on, stainless steel doesn't protect against that well.
Literally what I said about plastic. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say that? Yeah. I'm sorry. I haven't been looking at the chat as much. Okay. Okay, let's see. So then, yeah, and then of course there would also be some overgrowth, right? So you get a lot of... So you would probably have something like ivy. See, so if this was like a short film or an OV or something like that, you could keep cutting to the statue as a representation of his fear of getting, which is probably what it represents in the book as well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But it's this idea, this fear that he'll be left behind forever, that there is no escape, that he's just trapped. Because it is this ominous figure that represents... It's interesting. It is an interesting figure. I'm sure I could do like an in-depth analysis of it, because it is a Sphinx, which is famous for its historical relevance. It's Egyptian, like this great empire fallen, well, not fallen, but you know, this great empire that no longer is. So it could be a representation of that, as in your very first idea that this is something that is a relic of a time that is no more. But then at the same time, it does feel like it is quite a menacing or oppressive figure in the eyes of the time traveler as well. And it's the thing that contains his escape. So it does feel like a threat. This idea that you'll never be able to leave. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know if what I'm saying has any relevance or bearing or whatever, but like it's interesting to think about, which is what I'm happy about. Okay. Also, aluminum was a new thing when the book was written. Crazy. Can you believe that? Aluminum's so soft, though. I wonder if it would hold up for this long. Maybe if it had, like, wrought iron core, something like that, and it was just plated in it. Interesting, interesting. I don't know. I don't know if this is actually physically possible in real life. Pretty. Yeah, this is what I'm picturing. And then, like, he would be standing here. And then the statue would be like this. And then it would be much bigger. The statue would be way bigger. The statue would be like that. So that the face is looking down at him, right? And then the wings would be... that. So that they feel oppressive. If you're standing up looking at the Sphinx is about to pounce on you. It's enveloping you with its wings. And I think that's a really cool visual. Yeah, so you see the vision, yes? Wow, anything to not draw feathers. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's a creative choice. Yes, yeah. See, they look like blades, like it's about to kill it. Ah. I drew an approximation of feathers here and there. But yeah, no, I ain't drawing individual feathers, are you insane? And then we probably also, yeah, something like that. Because then that also frames things. Imagine the sun rising right behind it.
Especially given that what the sun represents at the end of the series. The book. It's not a series, the book. And it is just, the sun has risen and he's about to get out. The door has been opened or whatever. And it's just this eerie, washed out moment of peace. That feels foreboding. Because it is a trap. But it feels strange. The future is like this thing that isn't going to let him go once he's here. And it's represented through the Sphinx. Yeah, I'm getting more bold in my analysis here, as you can see as I go. That. Although I do imagine it at the top of a hill, so maybe this would be a bit lower. It's not like the hill just keeps going on behind it and it's inconsequential. It has to be imposing. God, it is a good story. Okay. 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 Can we be ourselves without another? Phoenix, getting very philosophical in the in the chat. Yes, I agree. Expectations, glory, power, intimidation, reality. Sorry, Sphinx, the sun is making it hard to see. Yeah. Kind of weird coincidence that they built this monument right next to where the time traveler's house used to be. Yeah, it's a little strange, huh? Oh, Phoenix. That's beautiful. Draw the crab chapter. Okay. Okay, we draw the crab. Everything crab. Oh, big crab. Okay. The way I imagine them, it's quite a little bit more like a pillory bug? Pillow bug? You'll know what I mean, hang on. I do like that they really did just say everything becomes crab in the end. Draw the maid that was mentioned twice. Okay. We only have so much time, okay? We have to do crab. Okay. That fingering the keyboard again. Behold, the peak of evolution. You know, he wasn't far off in quite a few of his predictions. I have a lot of respect for H.G. Wells, damn.
I've never heard pill bugs be referred to as pillow bugs. It is pill bugs. I couldn't remember the name. I know, bro knew everything evolves into crabs before it was a theory. I know, isn't that funny?
Where would they come from, do you think? They would be like... Because like I like the idea of them being like flat against the ground. But then where would they just like come out of a... Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Something like that.
I'm Croatian, that's close enough to crust you. Wait, I'm missing the conversation. Huh? I've lost track of the conversation entirely. I'm just gonna look back at the drawing now.
Little crab hand. Yes, yes, indeed. Okay, okay. Behold, the ultimate life form.
Oi, oi, oi. Hey, hey. Can't be mean to me in my own chat. Oh wait, that's Omu from North Korea. Listen, I can't be completely original, okay? Ah, God. Okay. Ah, 24. Can't make fun of me for being 24. I'm on the newer end of 24 for like 6 months. And then you can call me old, and then I'll cry, but like still. 24 is... I am at the prime of my life. 30 will be the prime of my life. It's only downhill when you're like 38. That's when it starts going downhill. Or lived a quarter of a century. Don't worry, I'm a whole month older than you. Yay! I'm not the oldest person here. 24 is not old. That's what I'm saying. I'm 22 and my knees already do that buckle thing when I walk up the stairs. Oh no. I actually, I have a good thing for that. I use a roller on like, I've got like a yoga mat. I do a little bit of light exercise because I'm an artist and I sit on a chair all day, not moving. So I do have to do some exercise. There's a specific tendon in your, like I used to get like sore knees. Just the one knee got sore when I went up the stairs because I'm young. And if you use a roller, there's specific exercises you can do for your legs. There's one where if you turn on your side and use the roller up and down
on the outer part of your leg, on the side. You have to put your weight on it. I'm sure there's diagrams for it out there if you look up like leg rolling exercises. But it kind of fixed the problem immediately. Like that's literally all it was. It was just this one tendon on the outside that was just screwing me up. I don't know. I hope it's the same for you and it's a very easy fix. You are 22, so it probably is an easy fix, but I that's the best advice I can give for that. That's all my experience. That's the start and end of my experience. I'm 23, but I look younger. I age very slowly. I thought that too. And then I looked in the mirror. I think you just look the same after a certain point. And then as time goes on, you just get more wrinkles. Phoenix looks 14, confirmed. It'll be a problem now that YouTube wants my face. Yeah, I don't know how they want that to work. AI is so bad at things. Like everything's. Well. I know you're winning. You're winning. I'm entertaining. I'm going to just mog the camera. Good plan, good plan. I don't know when the AI face requirement stuff is going to get to South Africa, but when it does, I'm going to be very disappointed. I don't know if there's a way around it yet that I can use, because I'm so paranoid about that sort of stuff. I don't want my face on a database. Who knows what they'll do to them? Does that mean your birthday is in June, July? No, it is in October. Is it worse to be told you're old for your age at 20 or at 90? You mean like you're old for your age, as in like you look old for your age? I'd say 20, because 90 you know you're old. If someone says you look old for your age at 90, you're just gonna assume they're joking with you. It's like, yeah. I don't know. I'm probably already in the FBI database, yeah. You can fake it by using a face of a doll or something like that? The only figurine I have here is my Aang figurine. That's not gonna cut it. What could I use? No, I don't have anything. I have nothing. I'm destitute. All I have are plushies. If someone says I look older for my age, I would think that person is weird. It's a strange thing to say, especially since we have very specific standards for what people should and shouldn't look like. And that might be that's just a rude thing to say to someone, right? Especially, it depends on how well you know them, I suppose. We need Tala Immortal Anime figurine merch yesterday. See, but the problem is that Tala wouldn't work either because she's also young. She's younger than me. Who decides how old an age looks? The AI, which is very, very bad at determining age. I kid you not, I'm sure if you use Tala from one of the mugs, I bet it would work. That'd be fun. I don't think so. It's far too stylized, but it would be fun. Oh, Arthur Morgan is a good one. Yeah. You already have white hair. Do you think that's all it is? They look at the hair color and that's all that determines it. I only consider 50 onwards to be old because it is literally half a century. I know, isn't that gonna be weird? It's gonna be weird being 50. Half a century. Like, a world would have changed by then. I hope it's still around. I hope I get to be 50. But like, it would be very cool to see what the world is like if it's still there. Hyper-realistic Tala drawing just to get around the face.
Ugh. You should go to sleep. It's not good for your heart. Oh, almost. 5 more minutes. Arthur is 36, but he looks so much older. A hard life. Yeah. I mean, hey, they didn't have skincare back then either. If you spend all day in the sun, it does wear your skin down quite heavily. It's 110% the music, but I love the stream today. It felt so warm and fuzzy. Oh, thank you, Adrian. I'm really glad. That's amazing. That makes it all worth it. I do love these streams. Okay. 50 is too much. 50 is old. 50 is a good... If someone said I was old at 50, I'd agree with them. That's the thing. If someone said I'm old at 30, I'd, like, want to cry. Like, it's just... I don't know. It's this idea that your life is over by the time you're in your 20s. Like, even now, the time seems to be getting shorter and shorter. Like, it's... People who are, like, 21 are considered old by the metrics of like their younger peers by 1 year, right? Anyone who is under the age of 21 thinks 21 is old. And that's fine. I understand that that's the perspective you can have when you're that age. But then the fact that it's so prolific through everything, whereas like you'll get people who are 24 saying like, oh, you know, I'm unk. That gets on my nerves. I hate that so much. It's like, don't beat yourself down. That's what my parents did as well. It was like, oh, you know, I'm so old, I'm a parent, I'm lame. And it's like, no, what? No, I didn't think that until you said it. You are manifesting this into reality. No, you are not unk. No one is unk. If you're unk, you're 40. You're 45. You're 50, and then you are unk. Anything younger than that is fine. And I am saying this, and I do, like, I also do the exact same thing. I do that as well, where I go, like, I do say, like, oh, I'm so old. And that's like negative self-talk that you really shouldn't be doing for your own mental health. And I am trying to stop it, but it's so easy. It's like second nature. It's like an instinctual kick. You know, like it is just so frustrating. I'll fix it. I feel old in an exhaustion way. Fair enough, yeah. I do wonder how I'll keep up the pace I'm at when I'm, like, 40. Takes I'm literally an uncle. Okay, well that's different. If you're literally an uncle, you could be called unk. But if you're using it as a slang term to say I'm old and washed up, then like, no, don't say that. What the hell? You're only as old as you tell yourself you are. And that the world tells you are. And unfortunately, we can't do much about the world, but we can do a lot about what we tell ourselves. And I do genuinely believe that. I'm still working on that, but like, I do believe it. Anyway, we made it through the stream without a single crash. So clearly the stuff I did worked, which I'm super happy about. I hate when the stream crashes and then I have to start a new one and then it's like all messy and then everyone's like running around like and then you have to join the new one and then it's like no one knows what's going on really and then like the replays are really hard and annoying to watch because I can't like condense them all down into its own video unless I then make a new video and put them on there so it doesn't go into the lives tab, it goes into the video tab and I can't do that because then it won't be organized and can you tell? There's something there. I'm not diagnosed, but there's something there. I'm glad it didn't crash. I'm glad that we made it through the whole stream. I'm very, very glad that you all came here and stuck around and watched. If you watched the whole thing, that is incredible. If you watched a little bit of it or parts of it or jumped in and out of it, that is so cool. Thank you very, very much. And yeah, if you've only just joined, welcome. And goodbye. Catch you next time. Same time, same place. Yes. It's ADHD. We all have ADHD. Okay. Yes, okay. So, thank you all very, very much. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. The poll for the next stream choices will be up on the Patreon tomorrow, if I do not forget, which you guys have been very good about reminding me, but I haven't been forgetting that often, okay? I've been getting better at remembering.
And yeah, thank you all again. Have a lovely, lovely evening, lovely morning, lovely afternoon, and bye bye.
Thank you very, very much for watching.